Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
Magic is an ancient art that has fascinated human beings for thousands of years. The innate connection to the supernatural is something we all long to have. But did you know that most, if not all, magic tricks are not actually tied to anything supernatural? Rather, it's all about fooling the mind into believing some kind of optical illusion. Chances are high that even your favorite magician does this. So, without further ado, let's reveal the 10 most jaw-dropping secrets on famous magic tricks performed all over the world. Oh, and please don't stop watching your favorite magician's show just because you now know their tricks. Heck, they need the money.
Because I'm about to bend this spoon with my mind.
Number 10. Levitation. The elusive levitation trick. I'll admit, this one kept me up many nights trying to figure out just how it works. In fact, you might remember Criss Angel creating quite a sensation with his levitation tricks, right? He was a master magician who levitated just a few feet away from the audience, leaving the onlookers clueless as to how he did it. So, do you want to know what he does to pull this off? Well, like every other magic trick, Angel used deception. Angel removed one foot from the shell of his shoe and stepped upward with the now concealed leg. Meanwhile, his pants leg and shoe remained behind, slowly rising as he hoists himself up, giving the impression that both his feet are in the air. Man, don't you feel played? Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 9. Walking on water. No, this ain't the second coming of Jesus or anything like that. But at the time the magic trick was performed, I'm pretty sure that many people considered the magician as the proposed messiah. This again was made popular by Criss Angel, who even made it look convincing by dropping his shoe to the bottom to show that there was nothing but water below him. So, did Criss walk on water? Or what really happened? Angel was in fact walking atop plexiglass pillars. Plexiglass has a refractive index that's very similar to water's and is nearly invisible in water. So you might have seen it as if he was walking on water. But if you walked right behind him, you'd think you have miraculous powers too.
The less you see.
Number 8. Card through the window. There are numerous card tricks out there. While many of them are performed by sleight of hand, others were so impressive that you'd not be wrong to think that there was some supernatural force involved. I was practically in the same boat as you when it came to being awed by David Blaine's magic tricks. How many of you remember David Blaine pushing a card through a window? I always wondered how he did it, till I read an article that explained his modus operandi. In fact, such a trick requires the participation of another person with an identical deck of cards stationed on the other end of the window. As part of the act, the volunteer shows the card to everyone but the magician. In the act, the partner on the other side of the glass gets to see it too, who slaps the card against the glass, making it seem like impromptu street magic. And the reason that you never see him or her do that is that you're watching the show from the intended camera angle as the magic trick happens. Number 7. The Guillotine. For years, I considered the guillotine as one of the most dangerous magic tricks ever. I mean, I always dreaded the thought of someone being sliced in half in front of live TV. But every time, I couldn't help but keep my eyes transfixed on the TV as a person was being hacked by a guillotine, yet escaping unscathed. Man, it was too darn addictive. Which then got me thinking, just how do they pull this off? Well, I did a little digging and finally figured out how it works. You see, while the upper part employs a real deadly blade, like the one used in a real guillotine, the lower part has secret compartments. There are tiny stop blocks that prevent the blade from reaching the magician's neck, while a trapdoor allows the magician's head/shoulders to drop out of sight as the blade falls. Pretty neat, right? Number 6. Horizontal Levitation. I'm pretty sure you were freaked out when you saw one of the largest NBA players levitate more than 20 feet off the ground, right? Yep. Who can forget when Criss Angel made Shaquille O'Neal a floating basketball right before our own very eyes? You must have been puzzled by the science that goes behind it, right? Well, it turns out that there is always some kind of support or reinforcement. And even though you can't see the wires, trust me when I say that they're actually there. Number 5. Woman cut in half with a saw. Ah, such a classic. This is one particular magic trick that has been there for the past 100 years. While it was much more dangerous in the earlier years, it is completely safe today. In fact, you can call it the most common trick there is in the book. An assistant is placed inside a box with only their legs and head popping out of either end. A chainsaw cuts through the box, cutting the woman in half, with her legs and head still moving. Ever wondered how they do it? Well, it's all about the right stage setup and a tall volunteer. The illusion is to make the person appear shorter than they are before sawing the box in half. Once the sawing takes place, which is usually done with a fake mechanical blade placed on either side of the box, the tall volunteer stretches out as the boxes are moved. As the boxes are moved apart to make it look like they've been sawed in half. Number 4. Coffee turned into money. For years, this magic trick fascinated me because I always wondered, if David Blaine could turn coffee into money, why doesn't he just buy a Starbucks and transform all the coffee in it into money? I mean, that would make him an overnight billionaire, right? Indeed, this was one of David Blaine's most famous magic tricks, in which he turned a homeless man's cup of coffee into a cup full of coins. It turns out that concealed inside the coffee cup is another small cup, with a sponge at the bottom of it. Once the sponge is released, the coffee drains into the smaller cup as the coins are released into the larger cup. And now we've come to the best pick of the day. Levitation? Sawn in half? Yep, these are some of the most common magic tricks around. But as you can see in this video, there's a formula to all of them. Maybe you can even pull a prank on your peers and convince them that you've discovered how to levitate. Number 3. Zig Zag Girl. In this trick, a woman steps into a cabinet and then the midsection of the cabinet is pushed out of alignment. Yep, and I bet it freaked you out, didn't it? Well, turns out there's a perfectly logical explanation for this. Unlike many illusions, this magic trick doesn't require secret compartments or trapdoors. In fact, the woman simply steps out of the vertical box, turns sideways, flattens her body against the left-hand wall of the box, and then extends one hand behind her to wave through the hole in the displaced section of the box. Now, that's pretty cool, right? Number 2. Vanishing Coin Trick. This is no doubt the magnum opus of all coin tricks in the world. Heck, I bet you've seen it on the streets so many times. The magician takes a coin in his fist and closes it. He then opens the palm and voila, the coin is gone. So how does he pull this off? Well, the magician applies chapstick glue to the back of his hand. He moves the coin to the back of his hand where it sticks. And number 1, walking through glass without breaking it. And last, but certainly not least, we have another one of Criss Angel's mystifying feats of magic. Walking through glass without breaking it. So exactly how is this trick performed? The prestige to the trick is that Angel's assistants are involved. His spectators are just actors who have been paid by him. In reality, the window is custom built into the frame. The window is tall and has a small opening cutout at the bottom through which he emerges. and honestly, it looks like he's gone through the glass or something. But with that being said, we've come to the end of this video. While they say that a magician never reveals his secrets, do you happen to know of any explanations behind some of the other magic tricks? Let us know in the comment section down below. Want more videos that will surely exist until the very end of time? Click on any of the amazing videos that you see on the screen. As always, thank you all so very much for watching.